80 adult and child life jackets strategically located on the second deck of the vessel, all the way aft outside behind the canvas tarp. Now on each deck we have one of our crew members who are going to demonstrate how to don our life jacket. And as you can see, we use a collar style life jacket. Simply put the jacket over the top of your head, bring the strap underneath your arms, fasten the buckle up front, pulling the strap to secure the life jacket. Can we give our crew a round of applause for that great demonstration? Thank you. Please, when making your way up and down our stairwells, please use the handrails. And then also when you're making your way through our doorways, make sure you raise your feet. And then on tonight's cruise, we're going to head upriver up towards Lake Oswego, and then we're going to be making our turn heading back into the downtown Portland area. And then throughout the cruise, I will be opening up the wheelhouse at different sections of the Willamette. So maybe we can get a couple of the kids up, or the big kids who want to come up and see how the vessel's operated. So once again, welcome aboard and enjoy your cruise.
Thank you. Hey, thank you, Captain. So other than that, the buffet will be open around 5:30, and then there's going to be plenty of time to explore the outer decks. If you're looking for a beverage, there is a cocktail bar upstairs that you are more than welcome to visit. Other than that, sit back, relax, have a wonderful evening. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Corey. Should we tell them to just go?
Yeah, I told them.
Were those the only two we were waiting on?
Yeah.
Okay. 5:45.
What's that? About 5 minutes. Well, it's supposed to look like I can sit back here if you're not looking for.
Turn the microphones on.
You gotta be there. It's gonna be a few minutes.
Yeah. That would have been bad.
Nice to see you again. Here. I think so. Are we okay?
You just put it back out.
What? I want to be by this side.
Now move it.
Yes, and then
Are you gonna use that one or that?
this one, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want, you can use this one, and the on button's right here.
Okay.
Yeah, let me get you set up.
Is it on there?
Do you want a little bit?
Oh, I can feel the engine.
How's that?
What about this?
Okay.
There we go. Should be good.
Good evening. Is it working? Can you hear me? More volume? Something?
Here, let me see. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Testing. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Nice to see you. Nice to have all the friends, neighbors, loved ones together for a happy occasion. This occasion is about a variety of things, none the least of which is happiness. My name is Doug, but I go by Duke. Can you hear me? Huh? Like this? Is that close enough? Sorry. Okay. Yeah, that's how it goes. Anyway, my nickname is Duke. I was nicknamed Duke by the Borchers family, who I met 64 years ago. And I've had an ongoing, continuing, lovely relationship.
Louder.
Louder?
Volume. You just have to talk louder.
Is this okay? Can you hear? Is that okay? I'll just do this. How's that?
Yeah.
I'm already handicapped. Okay. Where was I?
You met them 64 years ago.
64 years ago, I insinuated myself on them and they couldn't get rid of me, so here I am.
We tried.
Okay, tonight is about happiness. I happened to go to the library and pick up an interesting book by an author named Adam Gopnik. And he's been a staff writer for the New Yorker magazine for 38 years, written about 20 different books. And I just picked it up as an interesting title, All That Happiness Is. I found out later that's to be found in the self-help section. guess I needed that. Okay, so I'm just going to read a few extracts. A couple sentiments. Genuine happiness is always rooted in absorption in something outside us, beyond ourselves.
Mike?
Well, I'm getting to that. Okay. He also says, all that happiness is the escape from the self into another, whether the other is a person or a system or event, etc. That's a good sentiment too. And he also makes a little mention here. Constant happiness is perhaps unachievable, achievable only in bursts and bits. The totality of life is inescapable, and our disillusions and deaths never pretty. Whatever. And yet within that span, if we are lucky enough to avoid the more vivid forms of persecution and oppression, bursts of delight do arise regularly, compounded of exhilaration, meaning, progress, pleasure, and sharp-edged desire. We seem to pursue those best by pursuing them indirectly, just the way we woo our loves. That's important. Okay. The first thing every boy learns in the art of impressing women is that if a woman is listening to you at all, she's as impressed as she's ever going to be. Now that actually kind of hurt. What matters is making meaning. Everything else is human comedy, which we struggle merely to make humane. And that's just a few tidbits on happiness. Okay. Everybody's here. I think it's Captain Todd has given us our safety announcement. The ship is launched. I'd like to introduce our officiant of the evening, Brother Donnie Borchers, and he's going to come up and conduct the ceremony. Huh? Okay. So, are the kids supposed to sing now or later? Huh? Now? Okay. Excuse me. Kids, are you ready to swing, to sing and swing?
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't tell, falling in love with you. Surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too. For I can't help falling in love with you. For I can't help falling in love with you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now it's Donnie's turn. Donnie Borchers.
I'm gonna hold this. Can you hear me?
Sorry, a little bit louder. Lincoln? Yeah. I think it's not working. Oh. I turned it off. Yep, try it now.
Can you hear me now?
Hold on. It's my mom is unconnecting the Bluetooth. Yep, no, try it now.
Hello. Greetings, everybody. My name is Donnie Borchers,
Yay.
and I'm Leonard's much younger brother. Len and Margaret, this evening we are gathered here to celebrate the love you have discovered in each other and to support the commitment we're about to make. It's been a joy for me to watch you for the last 6 months. You're pretty cool. I like your wife. Marriage means being flexible, does it not? So within your marriage, please cultivate flexibility, patience, understanding. Margaret, you're going to need a lot of that. Humor and joy. Len, Margaret tells me that you often claim to be always right. No. Just keep in mind her usual response, well, maybe, Len, but you were always a jerk. This evening, as you join yourself in marriage, there's an unknown future stretching before you. Today, you enter as two wonderful individuals, but you will leave here as a husband and a wife, a wonderful couple. Your lives blending together and expanding the ties of your family and best friends. You are embarking on a truly great adventure. Len and Margaret present themselves to be married, cheerfully surrounded by the people they love the most. That's you and me. They and I want to thank you for your support and your presence here today. They ask you for your encouragement and support going forward. They would also like to give a special thank you to their families who have loved and supported them for the most. They and I want to thank you for your presence here today again. They would also like a special thank you for their families who have loved and supported them. We also take pause to remember the family members and friends who couldn't join us this evening. Some pictures in the back. I would like to share a quote from my friend Victor Hugo. You can give without loving, but you can never love without giving. The great acts of love are always done by those who are habitually performing small acts of kindness. We also remember those people who do small acts of kindness. May we all aspire to be those kind of people. Margaret and Len will now share a few words they have written for each other. Margaret, you're going to go first.
May I borrow your microphone? We'll do for a moment. Right here. Sometimes I feel like my life is a series of moments, and the landscapes on either side have been amazing. Some of them have been wondrous, some of them have been rocky, but this one feels like it's going to be wondrous. Thank you for bringing your sweet family and your friends here to knit together with my sweet family, my sweet friends. I promise to honor and cherish that union. I am deeply, deeply grateful for who you are. I did not think the universe had this in mind for me, but I will walk side by side with you, heart to heart, soul to soul. Whatever the landscape is, be it rocky or tranquil, even with discussions about wall art, I will be with you. The only wish that I will ever have is to have one more day together. Oh, I think we're supposed to wait on that, sorry.
Oops. Letter, your turn. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Margaret, I'm so honored to be here tonight with you in the presence of our families and friends to proclaim our love and my commitment to you. Margaret, you amaze me. I've never met That's not what I wrote. I just made that up. And your commitment to gratitude is impressive. Not only towards me, but to everybody you meet and encounter. When we first started seeing each other, I would ask people that knew you, and overwhelmingly, everybody said, yeah, she's the real deal. That's absolutely true. But what you bring is so impressive to me. And the fact that you do that inspires me to be the best person I can be. Tonight, we're sailing on the river aboard the Willamette Star. And doing a little research, I found out that Willamette is an old Native American name for still water. So on this journey, we're going to be maybe encountering some rough water, rapids from time to time, maybe some strong currents. But if we constantly seek the still water, I think we'll get to where we want to be. Still water is symbolic of the deep spirit, commitment to one another, wholeness, integrity, all the good things in life. That's what I see in you every day. So, one thing I know, I'm not sure where we're going to go in this journey, but I do know when you're driving the car, we're going to get there faster. So, I'm here tonight to ask you to join me on this journey we'll take together the rest of our lives.
Do you love her? I want to hear it.
I've got some really good news. It says here, now it is time to make this official. When do you take Margaret to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and health, to love and to cherish till death do you part? When?
I certainly do.
Margaret, you take this Leonard guy to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish till death do you part. Margaret. Len and Margaret, you have come here today of your own free will, and the presence of your family and friends have declared your love and commitment to each other. So, by the power vested in me by the Universal Life Church and the state of Oregon, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Len and Margaret, it's been a great honor to officiate and participate in your wedding ceremony this evening. I wish and pray for both of you a lifetime full of love, joy, peace, and harmony. Everyone, it's my great pleasure to present you for the first time, Len and Margaret Orchard.
Is there more music?
No, we're just starting.
Is there more music?
Go! Yeah!
Okay, now we're gonna have some time for relaxation, pictures, and visiting amongst ourselves. There should be some appetizers, I believe, in the back. people to have. I do have one request. If you're watching the Oregon-Washington football game, we'd appreciate no updates.
Nothing. Turn your phones off.
Here we go. Oh boy, toast and stuff. We're gonna do a toast.
Apple cider.
Cider?
Would you like an apple cider?